My name is James Williamson. This is Kung Fu Fact number 2. This is my last video for tonight. Okay, so I deleted my other videos about this, but I'm going to make this video now because I need to say it because it's been bothering me. I don't know these people. I don't care. I have nothing against them, but I need to say this because I am a martial artist. Alright? I do not have superpowers. I am not a Power Ranger. I do not have the ability to jump 95,000 feet in the air and bust a front flip, morph into a superhero, call a gigantic robot. But I will say this. There are some martial artists that they have been talking about that some have been my heroes. They fuck themselves, which that's why they're no longer my heroes because they beat women. Some are still my heroes, but they seem to call all these guys fakes. Alright? They put them on these videos and they're showing them all this stuff, and it irks me because I'm a martial artist. I've always have been, I always will be. I didn't start my martial arts training until I was 7, but that's because I'm not a full Asian person. But I will tell you this: I have never been let down by my kung fu skills, ever. I lost one sparring match. That's pretty much the gist of that right there. But it was because he was a ringer, and the people who wanted to fight me didn't have the balls to do it themselves. All right. Now, they're going around saying people like Frank Dukes is phony. I don't know who Bart, whatever the fuck his name is, and some other people. And then the only reason they call Bart fake is because he gets ass beat by Dan Severance. Although Dan Severance and Ken Shamrock in the 90s, they had one hellacious brawl. And he didn't call Shamrock and them bogus. But the guy who beat Shamrock first, then he started calling him all that. So by the time MMA and all this stuff got big here in America, this guy was old as fuck, and then they started rubbing in on Frank Dukes, saying that the Kumite and stuff wasn't real, and other manifestos or whatever. Just join everybody down. And he didn't join on the Gracies. In fact, anyone remotely close to being Asian or Spanish, he didn't say anything bad about. No, and that's cool and everything. But here's my thing. As a martial artist, I gotta defend the martial arts. Now he talked about how all the Chinese movies, where they did the wire work and all that stuff. Okay, yeah, they probably did wire work. It was in the 70s. Nobody really can fly or leap that fucking high and do incredible feats. However, I will say this: never knock a martial artist if your ass hasn't fought one. Now, anybody can probably beat someone else if they're well trained. And if you want the truth, a person who knows how to fight doesn't have to know martial arts to whoop a martial artist's ass. They just have to be good at fighting. And really, the trick to winning a fight is who the fuck is the toughest. Now, if you can take a beating, you won't really lose that many fights. If you can't take a beating and somebody's a one-hitter quitter and they knock you dead, well, either you missed a class or you ain't as good as you thought you were. Now, I tell people this because a lot of people think that I'm phony, and I tell them, look, only way you can find out is if we fight. No. And if that's what you want to do, I'm not going to be held responsible for you because the Army didn't make me less dangerous. It made me more dangerous. Granted, I knew a lot more martial arts than the guys that was teaching us, these combatives, while I was in the Army. Never really got the chance to shine because in the Army you have one obligation when you're at boot camp. Shut the fuck up and do what they tell you. That's your obligation. Don't argue. Don't show off. Don't do stupid shit because no one wants to be that guy that gets everybody fucking smoked. I got everybody smoked one time when I got the Delta because I had been in the military for so long. I thought that every fucking unit was the same. I thought we all knew the same cadences, and it was a Sunday. My my Delta brothers forgave me. Hey, I didn't know, so they was like, okay, well, it's cool, man. It's like, well, I got transferred from Bravo to Delta because I got fucked up. And my hip was fucking up more and more, and I just never knew it, and they never knew it. They never found it until I got out of the military, so here we are. So when I fucked up, I owned it because I didn't know. And I sung the cadence everywhere I go. There's a drill sergeant there. Alright? Worst mistake ever. Because we had to do police call. And I didn't know, because these guys had only been there for like 2 weeks. I'd been there for like almost 3 months. So I just got my third unit there, because I went from Bravo to Golf, And the reason I didn't stay in golf is because I wanted to kill a drill sergeant, and a couple of them actually. So they found a way to CHM my ass out, and then they found a way to make sure that I didn't leave, and then I didn't want to leave. When I found Delta, I wasn't going home. Delta was the best military unit I was ever in. I would kill to have stayed in Delta. Period. They actually gave me some damn respect. They treated me like I was a fucking human being. Didn't make fun of me. Didn't call me all kinds of bitches and whores and shit like that. No. And that's the drill sergeant's job. They have to do that to make you strong up here so that your dumb ass will be strong out there. Because you're going to put up with a lot of shit. You're going to do a lot of shit, especially if you're infantry. So, we got to do all kinds of combatives. Now, let me get back on track real quick. As a martial artist, when I got into Delta, their combatives weren't the same as Bravos. So when I got into golf, I wasn't in there but a day because I wanted to kill people. So, when you feel that bad, you shouldn't be there. You're not supposed to want to kill the people that's supposed to back your ass up. So when I got to Delta, I was straight. Delta looked out for my ass. Literally, they looked out for my ass. They wanted me to stay, and I wanted to stay. And then 3 bullets ended my career in time. So the combatives from Delta was different from the combatives in Bravo. Bravo did a lot of on your feet. Delta did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I can finally say I learned Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm not that impressed with it, but okay. Now one of the drill sergeants on one of my night watches said that shit's gonna get us killed because a lot of us are gonna come in and think that we're badasses. And he looked at me and said, "You got something to say about that?" And I said, "Yes, drill sergeant." And he says, "What?" I said, "I don't think that these combatives are right to begin with." He's like, "Why?" I said, "Because anytime I gotta lay on my back to beat your ass, if I'm on my back, somebody done already fucked me up." And I said, "Just that's something." He said, "That's right." And he said, "If you want to learn martial arts, you better learn some Shotokan or some Judo, because if you got to be on your back, you're probably fucked up." So we shook hands on that one. And now he said, "If y'all get through this, this is where you need to go learn this. This is where you need to go learn this. And if y'all get assigned to Korea, then you make sure you take the real Taekwondo and not the American bullshit version." Since as a martial artist, I did take the American bullshit version, but I learned a lot. I learned how to defeat it. As a martial artist, if you are an MMA fighter, you take multiple lessons so that you can learn how to defeat those guys who have basically been imprisoned in one style. So before you judge me, or before you judge any martial artist, to the people who keep posting these videos calling these guys fakes and shit, my question to you is, do you, 1, know martial arts? 2, have you fought in the streets? Because I fought in the streets. I ain't never fought in no motherfucking tournament. I'll be the first to tell you. I've done videos of me doing weapons and shit, but I've never had to use a weapon in the street. Because anything you take to the street can be taken from you and you can get your ass beat. So you go in there with these bitches right here and them damn things right there, you gonna come out on top. You go in with a weapon and don't know what the fuck you doing, you might come home dead. Now, I say this because I've been fighting since I was 6 years old in the fucking streets. When I learned karate, I used it in the streets. When I learned kung fu and taekwondo, I never had to use them no more. Because by the time I got 15 years old, I never had any more fights. And the only fights that I've had to use after that, well, they weren't what you would call fights. Those were what you would call a surprise fist burger to the face. Now, I've told you guys this story. I'll tell it again. One of my cousins, long and short, got shit-faced drunk, stole a car. I drove the car. The guy who owned the car skipped up to me like a little girl and stole me in the face twice. I couldn't get out the seatbelt, and when I finally got out the seatbelt, the cop was on me. I had the cop's gun in my hand because he had a spinning holster, and he had his hand under my throat. Said, "I got you." I said, "No, officer, I got you. My left hand's right at your gun. If you have a spinning holster, it's the first thing I noticed when you set on me. So, luckily for you, I don't fucking want you. I want the motherfucker that punched me in the face twice and broke my glasses and cut my fucking eye." So, he said, "Well, you stole a man's car." I said, "I ain't stealing a motherfucking thing. It's my cousin's car." "No, son, this car is stolen." Gave him my hands. The big brother starts talking shit, and I said, "Hey, dude, these handcuffs, they aren't to protect me from you. They're to protect you from me. But they can't, because these bitches is weapons. if I get near you, I'm gonna choke the fuck out you with these bitches. And at the time, they had them handcuffs that didn't have the latches. They had the actual chains. I had like 3 inches, so I could get my hands this far, so I could loop around them. And I have trained with my hands tied in the front, not in the back, but I have trained that way. I've also trained blindfold. Those things aren't very easy to do because you panic and it's hard to decipher what sounds you need to listen to. So training blindfold, it's real. I don't recommend it, but it is real. And I've never fought blindfolded. I have no intentions of fighting blindfolded, but I do know that if I lose sight, I should be able to swing wildly at everything. Anything coming within my striking distance zone, they're gonna get fucked up. But I actually would probably try to grab the person instead of trying to kick or punch them. Just to be on the safe side, Because, hey, let's live in reality. If I grab you, I ain't got to see you. I just got to get a hold of you and find the right pressure points in the right spot, and your shit's dead meat. If I don't grab you and I'm swinging wildly, you can fuck with me all day until I get my sight back, and then there's gonna be a fucking problem. Hopefully you won't knock me out between then and the time I get my sight back. And if you're a smart fighter, you're gonna try to knock my ass dead. Now, I haven't been in what you would call anything major league brutal, but when I was 15, like I said, I got to fighting for a whole week. Whole week. 4 guys. The only day I didn't fight was Wednesday. Hump day, I thought things would have been better. Nope. Thursday, got to fighting again. Friday was the big day, and after we almost got kicked out of the projects for that, you know, um, shit with the hell in handbasket. So, again, if you are someone who thinks that someone is fake, unless you actually go fight them, and I mean literally put on the gloves and go out there and fight them or go fight them in the street, I would advise y'all to probably not antagonize these motherfuckers, man. I got a hip replacement. I go to my doctor next week on Tuesday at 9 a.m. I'm going to ask her to give me some kind of exercise regimen to do anything else other than what they have allowed me to do. Because it's been like 2 years and I'm ready to do something. I can't go another year without doing Kung Fu. I can't. I haven't done Kung Fu in 2 fucking years. Shit's gotta stop. I'm James Williams Jr., Kung Fu Advocate number 2. Please don't piss off martial artists. Be seeing ya.